Now, this second part, let's talk about the doping events surrounding Lance Armstrong. Now, although the events are a few years old, it is still worthy of discussion. The story began in 2004 when the SCA Promotion, a company that provides promotional price coverage, refused to pay Lance Armstrong a $5 million bonus he was owed for winning the Tour de France. Now, the refusal was based on doubts about Armstrong's clean performance after reading the book L.A. Confidential, which contained allegations of doping by Armstrong and the U.S. Postal Service Pro Cycling Team. An arbitration panel initially ruled that the promotion company, had to pay Armstrong the bonus despite the doubts raised about the doping events. Now, this decision was based on contractual obligations and nothing else. And the refusal by the promotion company to pay the bonus brought public attention to the doping allegation against Armstrong, leading to cause for further investigation by sporting authorities. A federal grand jury investigation was launched in 2010 to look into doping charges against Armstrong, and the inquiry included taking statements from Armstrong's former teammates and associates. Following the events in 2012, the federal investigation was eventually dropped with no charges filed against Armstrong. Now, this decision was met with various reactions and discussions about the evidence and the implications during the case. And the case eventually dropped with no charges at that time. Now, that was not the end with Lance Armstrong's investigation. It continued with USADA in 2011 and 2012. They conducted an investigation into his doping activities, and USADA accused Armstrong of using substances like EPO, steroids, and blood transfusion based on blood samples from 2009 and 2010 and testimonies from witnesses, including his former teammates. And in July 2012, Armstrong filed a lawsuit against USADA, arguing that it did not have jurisdiction over his case. Now, and a U.S. district judge ruled in favor of USADA, allowing the case to move forward and granting the organization jurisdiction over the case. And in August 2012, USADA officially charged Lance Armstrong with doping. As a result of these charges, Armstrong was stripped of all results achieved from August 1st, 1998 onward and was banned from future competition. And with that decision, Lance Armstrong maintained his innocence in public statements but did not challenge the USADA allegation through the arbitration, leading to the sanction against him. And in October 2012, USADA published a comprehensive 200-page report along with around 1,000 pages of supporting evidence. The report detailed the findings of the investigation, testimonies from witnesses, and the evidence that led to the decisions to charge Armstrong with doping. Now, these events marked a significant turning point in Lance Armstrong's career and the broader conversation about the doping in the professional cycling. There are several highlighted points from that USADA report. It included testimonies from 11 former teammates of Lance Armstrong and 15 other witnesses. Now, these testimonies provided first-hand accounts of Armstrong's involvement in doping activities and shed light on broader culture of doping within the team. And the report also presented numerous blood tests that indicated Armstrong's involvement in blood doping. Now, blood doping involves enhancing performance by increasing the number of red blood cells, typically through the use of substances like the EPO or blood transfusions. Along with that, it also highlighted Armstrong had made payments totaling over $1 million to Michelle Ferrari, a controversial trainer known for his association with doping practices. And with those, the reported finding and the findings and evidence were significant enough that the Union Cyclists International, the UCI, the governing body for cycling, chose not to appeal the USADA's decision to ban Armstrong from competition and strip him of his result. Now, this acceptance of the sanction marked a significant moment in the case, and the investigation revealed a statement saying that the most sophisticated, professionalized, and successful doping program that sports has ever seen. And finally, on January 13th, 2013, Lance Armstrong publicly admitted to using of performance-enhancing drugs throughout much of his cycling career. Now, this admission came during an interview with Oprah, and in this interview, Armstrong confessed to doping practices that had allowed him to achieve his remarkable success in professional cycling, including his 7 consecutive Tour de France victories. And his admission marked a significant and widely covered moment in the ongoing story of doping scandal that had surrounded his career. Now, his interview is actually available on YouTube, and you may as well check it out.